Everybody, thank you for joining us. This week we're going to do a micro webinar into technology spotlight, looking at a company called Thinglink, a platform that is it's really innovative, I think, as a way to present information visually through video and audio and tagging, and so it's a very fun platform, and I'm excited to walk through this. I'm Dr. Sean Newfer. I'm the Director of Educational Technology at TCS Education System. And I think I'm just gonna dive right in. So Thinglink, I'll put the link right in the chat window here. It's Thinglink, and I almost every time I type it into the browser, I misspell it. I put think link, but it's thing as in an object. Thinglink is a free platform, but it also has paid accounts that you can sign up for. The paid account for teachers for the education license is $35 for the year. And I think that if you were to utilize this platform, even just a little bit in your classes, I think it would more than pay for itself within that year. And so it's definitely worth considering. So check out thinglink.com. This is the interface. Once you log in, you'll see an interface like this where you have various media. You can upload images, videos, and you can also upload 360 videos, or not videos, but images, or virtual reality images. And I'll share what those look like. When you sign up for your account, they'll give you a few sample images and videos that you can click through. So if I click on this one, for example, this would be a video. It's not showing up. Let me try this one. This image right here. As I scroll through, I have pop-ups. Some of the pop-ups are sounds that you can play. For example, an ocean sound. Some of the pop-ups are pictures, and you can have different slideshows, for example. You can also have trivia come up with titles and text and images. Some of these can be hyperlinks as well. If I click on this, it'll take me to a website outside. And you can also play videos within there. And you don't have to go out to YouTube, it'll just play right in Thinglink. So I'm going to pause that, hop over here. This is the website that it took me to. And you can share these, you can create them, share them with students, embed them into Canvas, and they're also exploring an LTI tool. In August, they released an LTI integration into Canvas that you can embed this right into to Canvas very easily. There are various settings. You can make this unlisted so that only people who have the link can view it, or if it's embedded in your course, then they can view it, but people can't share it. Or you can make it public so that other people can share it as well. It's going to hop back over to the dashboard. I'm going to show you a couple more examples here. This is a fun one. This is a Halloween 360 picture, meaning, and I'm going to bump this up to full screen here. As I drag around the image, it moves around me. So it's as if I'm sitting here in this scary field, and then I have various pop-ups. I can click on these. That one plays a sound and shows an image. Oh, geez, that one also. So if you can hear that, if it's coming through from my speakers to my microphone, there are various interactions taking place. So that's a fun example of something that you can do. Now, more for academic purposes, here's a since we just landed that craft on Mars, somebody created this, and it has a lot of information. This one has, there's an infographic there, different content such as videos.
Mars has always been a hypothetical second home for humans, but with plans to actually go down as your body adjusts. Because of limited.
So you have this landscape, this image landscape, but Thinglink isn't just a platform for disseminating images. Other websites exist for that, such as Flickr and Imager.com. But this is good because you can mark up your image, and it's a 360 image. So this one, I keep scrolling around Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. And then you can have hyperlinks and information that students can access that way. So let me hop back out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch places and show what this looks like on a mobile platform. So bear with me one second. I'm just going to pull up the screen mirror right here. All right, so what I'm looking at is this interaction called clone of Italian language, and I'm on an iPad right now. And the iPad, I'm holding it up and I'm actually moving it around. I don't have my webcam up so that you can actually see me, but I'm actually moving my iPad around the room. And if I click on one of these interactions, here I'll set it on the table so it's not so wobbly. It's still a little bit wobbly. But here's some information. I can click on this other tag and I can scroll through. If I click on this button, it'll take me to a website. I'm still within Thinglink, but it takes me to a different website. And then notice at the top left corner, I have the back button, so I can hop back over to my interaction here. Now, something that's interesting, also, this is a 360 image, so I can look up and I can look down. It just depends on, you would need a 360 camera to capture one of these, or you'd have to have access to a 360 image. But if I click on that tag right in the middle there, it actually takes me to another image. And so essentially what I'm doing is I'm walking around. You can connect multiple 360 images together and you can go on a tour. In this case, it's a tour of Italy. And so now I'm out in this theater and I can click on various elements over here and I'm scrolling up and down on the left there and I can learn about that. And it sounds like they are including music as well in this. And so I'm going to exit out of that. Here, I'll click on the Mars one that we just looked at on the iPad. And you can see it works very seamlessly, just like how it was with the browser. Now, one more thing I'm going to show you now is I'm going to pull it up on my phone as well. Bear with me. All right, so here's Thinglink on my phone. I'm going to browse over to those 360 images, and I'll go ahead and play that same interaction that we were looking at. So now I'm on my phone, and as I move it left and right, then I can see the interactions. Now there's also, you can see there's an icon at the top right corner. That's a Google Cardboard icon, which means if you have any kind of 360 viewer, and those can be as cheap as $12. You can get them on sale for $5 or $8. They can be $35. You can get them at any store, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, or get it on Amazon. If you have a really sophisticated one, you might pay even hundreds of dollars for a sophisticated one. But even just a cheap cardboard, and it's literally made out of cardboard, and it has these two lenses, and you stick your phone right into the cardboard box, and you put it up to your eyes, just like those old, I can't remember, Thad, do you remember those cinematic plastic toys that people used to have with the disc and the pictures, and you put it in and you could advance it like and it was kind of stereoscopic.
Yeah.
So in this case,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What are those? You guys know what I'm talking about, though. It's the ViewMaster. Yeah, thanks, Mark Labbit. Those old ViewMaster. So it's like a ViewMaster, except for a lot more sophisticated. So I just clicked on this the ViewMaster button there, the Google Cardboards button, and as I tilt this sideways, you'll see this doesn't make sense right here on the computer, but you can see two images, and when I put it into the cardboard, then it actually creates a virtual reality 3D thing that you can move around as you hover over for a few seconds. Then the images. Oops.
You know what's funny about this is ViewMaster actually makes the kind of Google Cardboard equivalent for about $30. They're going into the VR space. It's kind of cool.
ViewMaster is becoming relevant again.
Yeah.
And Mark Levitt says, I'm old because I remember those things because I use them. I think we all used ViewMasters. I mean, I'm a millennial and I had my ViewMaster with my collection of Disney plates and stories. So you'll notice there's a little dot right in the middle. Now, as you're looking at this in cardboard, you're not going to see two images. You're just going to see one image, but it's stereoscopic. And I'm sorry, it's kind of wobbling around. I'll try and set it on the table so it's a little bit better. Maybe I'll lean it against something so it doesn't move around so much. But when you look at this in the ViewMaster, then you're only going to see one dot because those two images converge. And then you look around, and they have devices that you can actually strap to your head, so you don't even have to hold it up. You just look around, and it's very much like an Oculus Rift, which is the top of the market right now for virtual reality consumer level things. But yeah, you'd look around wherever that little dot is, and I'll move my cursor away, but that dot, you hover over an interaction, and then it loads up. And as you look away, then it goes away. So it's a way to get a very immersive experience. If I hover over here, I might have to click on something. So yeah, let me get out of that. All right, so these are the kinds of interactions that you can have. So get back to browser mode. Now I uploaded a couple of images preparing for this. I'll click on this one here. This is an image that I took at Sundance last year. I was on the chairlift. It was during summer, obviously, and it was a panoramic image that I took with the iPhone. So if you have a panoramic image, then you can upload that to Thinglink. And I'll click the edit button, and I'm going to change the title. This would be maybe Sundance in the summer. And then I can add tags to this. I can search for content. There's a video if you want to learn about tagging, but really you just click on somewhere. So I'll click on the mountain range over there. Now I can include a link or an image address. Before I get to that, by default, this icon is a white circle with a black outline. I can change that. I think the free version has a limited amount of icons that you can choose from, and then the paid version, again, this is $35 for a year. You have a lot more to choose from, digits and letters. It looks like this is the free version, so I could change that to red maybe. I can put a link. I can put text. I could put mountains at Sundance. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, and I'm going to make that background more like a light bluish color, maybe. Scroll back up. I can put a button title. Mountains. I can upload an image to go along with that, and I'll show you in a second what that might look like. I can upload audio so that when people hover over this or they click on that, then audio plays. There's some advanced settings. I can hide the bubble. I can hide the icon so that it's not there, but then when people hover over it, then the information would pop up, and I can determine what happens when that's clicked on. Does it open a new tab? Does nothing happen? I can set the fonts for that, set the background, the font color, for example. And here, let's just put an image. I'm just going to look for mountain. Yeah, Mountain Sundance. That's a good search. And an image, and I will just grab this image address right here, upload an image, and I'll put the address in the file name. So then that will upload, and I can put a lot more content right here. Since I'm not very original, let me just put that a whole bunch of times. And this is a rich text editor, a very limited rich text editor. But I can change the font. Do I want to make it larger? Nah, maybe not. But maybe some of these I want to be bolded or. All right, and so I'll go ahead and save that. It's not much to look at, but and then I'll save this image. And so now you hover over it and you have an interaction. And I can share this. There's a link, I can embed it, or I can just copy this link, a full screen link. So when I give that to people and they launch it, then it launches my image there in full screen. And then they can also share it and edit it, and you can determine if people can share it. You can put it on social media. Settings, again, you can clone this, so you can essentially make a copy of it, and then you can change the copy. You can post it to your channel. Now let me show you one more, which is this is a 360 image that I got here. So when I view this in 360, then I can scroll around, and this is Disney Main Street, USA, over at Magic Kingdom, and it must be about 2 in the morning because there's nobody there, which is quite rare. I'm going to edit this 360 image here. I put a tag on here already, and so I'll just show you the settings for that. And I can choose a different icon for that tag. I can put a label on the tag. Your tag can be an image tag, a video tag, a tour tag, which means it connects to a different Thinglink, so you can connect them and go on a tour. I'm going to click on this custom tag so that I can show you the options here. So I have a title and a subtitle. I have some text, which I just pulled from Wikipedia, and then I linked Wikipedia to a text button that says read more. So when they click on read more, it would take into that Wikipedia page. I grabbed an image from Wikipedia. I can make a few other customizations as well. I can change the colors and such if I wanted to, but that's what my tag looks like. Now some of those options are I can make the image on the left and the text on the right. Changing the colors, I can make this small, medium, or large. If I want, I think I'll stick to large and save it. And there's my tag that I have on. So they can scroll around. They can see that this is something to click on. And then they can view the content. And this content could be a video. It could be another image. It could be a link to another Thinglink. There are a lot of different options. So with that, I'll take any questions that people might have. Go ahead and ask your questions in the question box, or you can chat as well. How do we get access to the Thinglink site? I have the link in the chat there in case anybody came late. I'll put that link again. You'll just click on Thinglink, and you'll be asked to create an account. So I'm going to log out. Now you'll want, here, let me copy this site specifically because this is the education site. Educators get a bit of a discount. And you'll click Get Started, and you'll just create your account. If you already have an account, you can sign in. You can also log in through, if you wanted to just use your credentials, whether it's Saybrook EDU or whatever you log in to get into Canvas, then you can click on this Microsoft button. And after it's done thinking, you'll just pick your account. So I have like snoofer@tcsedSystem.edu. That could be your email at thechicagoschool.edu or at pacificoaks.edu. And you would just click on that. And I think I'm already logged in. Otherwise, it would tell me to log in. And then you can get to your account. Now, this is actually a different account than what I was showing you. So I'll go ahead and hop back over to my EdTech account where I have these things. You're going to have an interface like this. You have a create button. Now, uploading video and uploading 360 and VR images are features that you do need the paid account for, but anybody can upload an image and tag that image. And so it's really easy. So essentially it would be an image like this, and it could be a picture, it could be like a drawing, an animation. It just has to be in like PNG or JPEG format, and then you can put your buttons on there. Now you're going to be limited in terms of customization if you don't pay for the account. If you have the free account, color schemes, types of icons that you can use will be somewhat limited. But one thing that isn't limited, let me look over. Oh, crumb, I had it pulled up.
Sean, while you're looking for that, isn't Thinglink still doing a top tier level where you can also work with VR video, 360 video, and do the same thing to video? Do you know?
I don't think that they have video. I think it's just images at this point. That's all that I've come across, and maybe I don't have the highest tier, but the only tier above that, you have an educator account, which is an image editor, and no classroom management, which I don't know that we care about that so much. That would be enrolling students, and that would be a little more sophisticated. But the $35 a year gives you image, video, 360 editors. You can have students, and then there's a school and a district account that is more hefty, and so that would be beyond our a judgment. That would be more like an institution plan.
Yeah, that's interesting. They used to do video. I wonder why they've gone away from that. Like, I mean, they used to do like 360 video.
Yeah, maybe it got technical, but I have a lot of hope for this platform, this company, that I think they're doing very good things, and I think they're going in the right direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that soon, or at least in the future.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, right now I don't see a 360 video option, not even in the advanced premium. The only thing that's different about the district plan as opposed to the teacher plan is you can have multiple teachers, and you can have you can customize how many students you have per class, and I think that's really the only difference for that. So the thing that I was looking at, I had it pulled up on a tab, is here. Let me click on this link. These are all the rich media tags, essentially the sources that you can integrate into Thinglink. So Flickr, Instagram, DeviantArt, Imager. You'll see Facebook on here, so you can integrate Facebook posts, or LinkedIn. A lot of audio options. Spotify, SoundCloud would be a good one as well. Video, you have YouTube, Vimeo. Those are probably the two big ones. Commerce, which we don't care. Wikipedia, SlideShare would also be a good platform. So a lot of different platforms integrate into Thinglink, which is good. So any other questions? Go ahead and ask the questions, or I can, if you want to talk, then I put your hand up and I can unmute your microphone if you want to contribute that way.
Yeah, it does look like they've discontinued it. They they used to do it. That's why I was surprised that they don't do it anymore. Maybe they're trying to work out some bugs, because I remember it was really buggy, and it was on a different tier level than the ones that are offered now as well.
Yeah, that's a bummer, but someday I think that would be really interesting, especially for education, for higher education, because you could have a roundtable, like a panel discussion maybe, and record it with 360 video, and then offline you could put tags. Like you could have a tag for each person to show their credentials and maybe their LinkedIn URL. And I wonder if you could even pause the video partway through and have pop-ups come up that kind of talk about
Video
certain
that I saw
concepts.
did that, yeah. It was interactive like that.
That would be great. So yeah, the future of education with VR is looking promising, and I think Thinglink is going to be a prominent figure there. So all of you who are still on the call, go sign up for your free educator license and start tinkering away. And feel free to share if you create something that you think is awesome. Share it with us. Share it with EdTech and instructional design, and yeah.